My name is Yueming Dersjant-Li. I'm a senior scientist with DuPont Nutrition and Bioscience. I will present abstract number 147 entitled Effect of Feed Form and Novel Consensus Bacterial 6 phytase Variant on Performance, Bone Ash, and Phosphorus Retention of Broiler Chickens Fed Diet Without Inorganic Phosphate. Pelleted diet is commonly used in broilers production because it's more digestible, palatable, better FCR, but it may reduce the heat-sensitive component such as vitamins and enzymes activity. Some producers prefer mesh feed because it's more economical, reduces the energy cost for pelleting, and maintains vitamins content and enzymes activity. The question is, do we expect a different response in mesh or pelleted form when we apply phytase in the diet? The objective of this study is to evaluate if there's an interaction between phytase and the feed form where we maintain the similar phytase activity in both mesh and pelleted feed. To do so, I want to introduce a new phytase. This is a novel consensus bacterial 6 phytase variant developed by DuPont through bioengineered technology derived from many different phytase origins with retention of butyroxylase phytase sequence element for high bioefficacy. It is characterized by broad pH range, highly active in the wide pH range, and fast-acting fast hydrolysis of phytate in the upper GIT. It has also higher intrinsic thermal stability. The trade name of the phytase is Axtra PHY GOLD. We will call it PHY in the following slide. This phytase has a melting temperature at 99 degrees centigrade. To my knowledge, this is higher than any of the commercial phytases in the market. In this study, we use a 2x3 factorial arrangement with 2 feed form mesh or pellet with 3 dyes for each feed form, including a positive control that is formulated with adequate calcium and available P, and a negative control without inorganic phosphate with 0.16% available P and 0.25% calcium reduction, and the test diet is negative control plus 500 FTU PHY. The analyzed phytase activity is 60 FTU in negative control in mesh feed, 542 FTU for PHY 500 in mesh feed, and 503 FTU for PHY 500 in pellet feed. Negative control has available P reduction of 0.26%. The pelleting condition is steam at 110 degrees, conditioning temperature 75 degrees for 10 to 12 seconds based on the trial site standard. Non-replicates were used in each treatment. Those 308 male broilers we used, they were fed common diets from 1 to 9 days and test diet from 10 to 21 days in either mesh or pellet form at Lipton. Excreta samples were collected for last 5 days for phosphorus retention. Tibia ash were collected from pooled sample of 2 birds per cage on day 21. Performance was measured for 10 to 21 days of age. Diets are based on wheat, corn, soybean meal, and barley with small amount of rapeseed meal. In the negative control diet, DCP was totally removed. Calcium was formulated at 0.9 and 0.65% in PC and NC diet. The total phosphorus content is formulated at 0.62 or 0.37% in PC and NC. The analyzed nutrients are close to the formulated nutritional levels. The analyzed phyt P content is 0.33%. The right-hand table shows the comparison between analyzed phosphorus and formulated phosphorus, analyzed calcium compared to formulated calcium. On average, the analyzed calcium phosphorus are within 10% of formulated values. We used a medium-sized limestone with a mean particle size of 548 micrometer and solubility at 53% in 5 minutes from the in vitro test. We calculated the phosphorus retention coefficient based on indirect method using a marker. We did two-way ANOVA to test the interaction between feed form and the dyes and the main effect of feed form and diet. The mean comparison was separated by using Turkish test significant level at p below 0.05. First, let's look at phosphorus retention. We observed an interaction between feed form and the dyes. That is because the difference between positive and negative control in mesh feed is greater than in pellet feed. In both mesh and pellet feed, phy G at 500 FTU improved phosphorus retention. Tibia ash showed a similar response as returnable phosphorus. Also, there's an interaction between feed form and diet due to the difference is bigger in mesh form than pellet form between positive control and negative control. Phi G at 500 FTU improved the Tibia ash in both mesh and pellet form. When we look at 2x3 factorial analysis at the main effect, Phi G at 500 FTU is able to compensate the total removal of inorganic phosphate during 10 to 21 days of age and maintained Tibia ash compared to the positive control. Pellet feed showed greater Tibia ash compared to mesh feed. For all performance parameters, we didn't observe an interaction between feed form and dyes. Therefore, I will present only the main effect. Negative control reduced average daily GAN compared to positive control. Phi G at 500 FTU is able to compensate the total removal of inorganic phosphate and maintained ADG compared to positive control. Pellet diet showed greater ADG compared to mesh diet. ADFI showed similar response as ADG. Feed conversion ratio increased in negative control diet compared to positive control. Phi G at 500 FTU totally recovered FCR compared to the positive control. Pellet feed showed lower FCR compared to mesh feed. In conclusion, pelleting improved the bone ash, ADFI, ADG, and FCR, but did not impact on phosphorus retention. The novel consensus bacterial 6-phytase variant maintained bone ash and performance in dyes with total removal of inorganic P, that is 0.26% of available P reduction during 10 to 21 days of age. It demonstrated high efficacy in both mesh and pellet diet in young broilers. With this, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If there's any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us.